What if the way you live today is quietly deciding how healthy, strong, focused, and independent you'll be 20 years from now? And no, I'm not talking about an expensive supplement, miracle pill, or secret anti-aging formula. I'm talking about 4 things you can actually control: your impulses, your gut health, your daily movement, and your physical strength. One of these topics has exploded online: semen retention. The others have much stronger scientific support.
So in this video, we're separating internet hype from reality and looking at 4 lifestyle pillars that could help you build a healthier future. Let's start with the controversial one: semen retention. You've probably heard claims that retaining semen dramatically increases testosterone, gives you unlimited energy, makes you more confident, and even extends your lifespan. But the science doesn't currently prove semen retention itself as a longevity strategy.
Research has mainly examined abstinence in relation to semen parameters and fertility, with results that are much more complicated than social media suggests. So does that mean the idea is completely useless? Not necessarily. The potentially useful part may have less to do with semen and more to do with self-control. If reducing compulsive pornography or sexual behavior helps you regain focus, time, motivation, and discipline, that behavioral change can be valuable. Think about your daily life. How often do your impulses make decisions for you? You wake up and check your phone. You feel bored, so you scroll. You feel stressed, so you seek instant entertainment. You experience an urge and immediately satisfy it. Over time, constant stimulation can become your default. This is where sexual discipline can become part of something bigger: self-mastery. Healthy sexuality is normal.
The problem begins when any behavior becomes compulsive and starts affecting your sleep, productivity, relationships, or confidence. Learning to pause before acting on an impulse is powerful. An urge is not an order. You can experience a desire without immediately obeying it, and that discipline can carry into your diet, screen time, spending, and exercise. Now let's move inside your body, your gut. Your digestive system isn't simply a machine that processes food.
Your gastrointestinal tract contains a complex ecosystem of microorganisms that interacts with your diet, metabolism, immune system, and overall physiology. And what you eat doesn't just nourish you, it also helps shape the environment where your gut microbes live. A diet dominated by ultra-processed foods, sugary drinks, and low-fiber meals creates a very different nutritional environment than a diet containing a variety of whole foods. Your gut doesn't need the latest internet trend.
It needs quality, variety, and consistency. So what can you actually do? Start making your plate more diverse. Vegetables, fruits, legumes, whole grains, nuts, seeds, and other fiber-rich foods can provide important nutrients and dietary fiber. You don't need to turn every meal into a science experiment. Just ask yourself, is this actually nourishing my body, or am I choosing it only for instant pleasure? And no, you don't have to eliminate everything you enjoy. Pizza, dessert, and your favorite snacks can still exist. Longevity isn't about creating a miserable life. It's about making nutritious food the foundation instead of something you only think about when a health problem appears. Now here's one of the simplest and most underrated tools for health: walking. Modern life has turned movement into an optional activity. We sit while working, traveling, eating, watching television, and scrolling. But your body was designed to move. Walking gives you an easy way to bring movement back into your day. Walk after meals. Walk during phone calls. Take the stairs when practical. Go outside instead of scrolling for another 30 minutes. Each walk may feel insignificant, but repeated over months and years, those small movements become part of your lifestyle. And when it comes to health, what you repeat matters more than what you occasionally do. Walking can also become a mental reset.
Start your morning with a short walk instead of immediately giving your attention to your phone. Move, breathe, think, and let your mind wake up. Take another walk after sitting for hours. Walk in the evening to separate work from personal time. You don't need to turn every walk into a competition. The World Health Organization emphasizes that physical activity includes everyday movement, and that doing some activity is better than none.
So if you currently do very little, don't wait for the perfect fitness routine. Start with movement you can repeat. But walking is only one piece of the puzzle.
If you want to preserve your physical ability as you age, you also need strength. Muscle isn't just about looking good. It helps you stand, carry things, climb stairs, maintain balance, and stay independent. You don't need to become a professional athlete.
Start with movements like squats, lunges, push-ups, rows, resistance bands, or appropriately performed weight exercises. Give your body a reason to remain strong. Challenge yourself gradually and recover properly. Strength is something you build before you desperately need it. And then there's cardiovascular fitness. Your heart works every second, whether you think about it or not.
Brisk walking, cycling, swimming, jogging, dancing, and other aerobic activities can improve cardiovascular fitness. WHO guidelines recommend adults accumulate around 150 to 300 minutes of moderate-intensity aerobic activity per week, or an equivalent amount of vigorous activity, along with muscle-strengthening activities on at least 2 days each week. But don't think you need to transform overnight. If you're inactive, start smaller. 10 minutes is better than 0. Then build gradually.
Your goal isn't to destroy yourself today. It's to maintain a capable body for decades. Here's where most people fail. They confuse intensity with consistency. They suddenly want an extreme diet, 2-hour workouts, 0 sugar, a perfect morning routine, and complete lifestyle transformation. For a few days, they feel unstoppable. Then real life happens. They miss one workout, eat something unhealthy, and everything collapses. Longevity doesn't work like that.
Your body responds to patterns repeated over time. A simple routine you can follow for years is far more valuable than an extreme routine you abandon after 2 weeks. Don't try to become perfect. Try to become consistent. Imagine building a normal day around these principles. You wake up without immediately surrendering your attention to your phone. You move your body. You eat nutritious, fiber-rich foods. You break up long periods of sitting. You walk. You train your muscles.
You include cardiovascular activity. You manage compulsive behaviors instead of allowing them to consume your attention. And at the end of the day, you don't need to be perfect. You simply need to make more good decisions than bad ones. That is sustainable health. Not punishment, obsession, or perfection, but thousands of small choices moving you in a better direction. And notice how these habits connect. Your food affects your nutrition. Movement affects your fitness.
Exercise builds strength and cardiovascular capacity. Your behavior affects your time and attention. Your gut exists inside the same body that walks, eats, trains, sleeps, and thinks. That's why chasing one miracle habit can be misleading. There probably isn't one magical switch that unlocks longevity. Real health is a system. When healthy behaviors work together consistently, they create a stronger foundation. You don't need to discover a secret nobody else knows. You need to master the basics most people already understand, but rarely practice. Now imagine your future self 20 years from today. You don't know exactly what your life will look like, and nobody can guarantee how long you live, but you can influence the condition in which you arrive there. Every walk is a vote. Every workout is a vote. Every nutritious meal is a vote. Every time you choose discipline over a compulsive habit is a vote. One unhealthy meal doesn't define you.
One missed workout doesn't define you, but thousands of repeated choices eventually become your lifestyle, and your lifestyle becomes part of your health trajectory. You cannot control everything about your future, but you can control many of the behaviors that shape it. So don't finish this video thinking you need to become a completely different person tomorrow. Start small. Walk every day. Eat more whole and fiber-rich foods. Reduce unnecessary ultra-processed food. Train your muscles.
Improve your cardiovascular fitness. Break up long periods of sitting. Learn to control compulsive behaviors. And when it comes to semen retention, don't chase unsupported promises about magically extending your lifespan. Focus instead on sexual health, healthy relationships, and controlling compulsive behavior when it interferes with your life. The goal isn't to obsess over living forever.
It's to increase your chances of staying strong, energetic, mobile, capable, and independent for as many healthy years as possible.
And finally, ask yourself one question.
If the person you become 10, 20, or 30 years from now is being shaped by what you repeatedly do today, what are you building? A body that can move? A mind that can focus? A gut supported by nutritious food? A cardiovascular system capable of handling physical demand? A lifestyle built around discipline instead of instant gratification? You don't need to wait for Monday. Take the walk. Choose the better meal. Do the workout. Put the phone down.
Regain control of your attention. Your future self cannot come back and change today's decisions, but you can. And the choices you make today may become the reason your future self is grateful that you started.